All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem HaKadosh, and giving double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, who well, peace and salutation to elect. Shem Yahweh from the great millstone, Plaintables, Camp of Philadelphia, come on another week lesson. You have it here, and possibly shared via the Better India, which it says here that chemically injected watermelons in the market. Here's how to, I believe, stay away from them. Let me see. We'll play the video. Fair use warning. This is for educational purposes only, and not for any monetary gain at all. Which I believe that these things have been going on for quite a bit, and the practice of chemical injected watermelons typically refers to the use of erythrocin, a synthetic red dye, to enhance the appearance of the watermelon, making it appear redder and potentially sweeter. This practice is concerning to consumers, and it raises health question because this is adulterated, okay, and most people, when they're buying these watermelons, which I buy watermelons, and you're looking for a seeded watermelon, and you're not looking for it to be at all adulterated at all. You want the adulterated watermelon, okay, fruit, okay. But this, apparently, the synthetic dye, it adds health concerns when used in large quantities. And just think about how much watermelon some Israelites do consume, okay. So we'll just see if I could get the articles on this, and then leave from there.
Is your watermelon safe to eat? Find out if it's chemically injected like that viral video. Watermelons are a good way to keep the summer heat at bay, but did you know it could be chemically injected? The summer season comes with scorching heat, sweat and humidity galore, but thank God for the gift of mangoes and melons that satiate our thirst and help replenish our lost energy. But what if we told you that the summer fruits that you are consuming could be adulterated? Well, mangoes are adulterated with carbide to help them ripen faster. But were you aware that to sweeten the watermelon and give it that gorgeous red hue, artificial food color and sweeteners are injected? A video posted as a part of a social experiment demonstrates the same practice, and it went crazy viral on social media.
And that's pretty much all you need to know.
Are hitting the market. Apparently, because they're in such high demand that they are injecting the ones that aren't ready with chemicals so that they look riper and redder and they last longer on shelves. Like, how many of these videos do I have to make? I am making a video like this, I feel like weekly, of something new that's hitting our grocery stores that is like ridiculous. So I'm going to teach you how to not buy one of these watermelons by what this post is saying to look out for. So number one, if you cut the watermelon and rub a cotton ball on it or a paper towel and it turns dark red, that means that the fruit has been injected with this chemical. Also, if it has white dust on the rind, I feel like I've definitely bought a watermelon with white dust. I just kind of like figured it was from like the transit in the watermelon trucks. And apparently you should look for ones that have the yellow patch, which I have always been told make your watermelon sweeter if it has a yellow patch on it. You know, like you always see people tapping the watermelons, right? Isn't that how you learn to pick a watermelon? That's how I learned to pick a watermelon. So it'll be naturally sweet in flavor and ripe if it has yellow on it. So.
And then you have it here. Somebody off of Wall Street, Apes. It said, if you live in America, pay attention to this. This summer, chemical injected watermelons are hitting the markets because watermelon are in high demand. So, you know, she pretty much that outlined exactly this, what was said. All right. And, you know, that's just that. You have it that even the animals are not eating it. Like, you have it that this person, Lindy, had mentioned they no longer have, it tastes like watermelon. Like, this is what my golden retriever's favorite treat was, basically. He won't eat it, or neither will I, but he will eat the paper plate it's on. That's telling you something. So, you know, the animals that even tell you, you know, is that there's certain foods that, you know, is accepted as foods and marketed as foods, but are they really foods? Okay, for us to consume. This is the book of Job. Uh, 12 and verse 7. Well, actually, I can start a bit above. This is Job chapter 12 and 6. It says, the tabernacles of robbers prosper. And Esau makes a lot of money off of this, you know, chemical, adulterated agriculture that's out here. You know, there's, you know, billions of dollars in these industries. And they provoke the Most High. It says, and they that provoke God are secure. All right. Our powers are secure. Okay. Because they're not in trouble. And they have, of course, the power at this time. Until, of course, the Lord brings down his sentence, which is the judgment to not acquit the wicked. All right. Into whose hands the powers bringeth abundantly. Okay. Esau, you know, has been, you know, raking in the wealth, efficiency from the earth at this time, even though the earth is not yielding its full strength, and he's, you know, bringing defilement, as biblical prophecy tells us, to the different foods we consume. All right, Ezekiel chapter 4 tells you, and that. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus the children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans of today, and the Israelite foreigners as well, like unto the speckled bird with different appearances. And then you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I drive them, even scattered across the four winds. So you got Israelites, you know, here, you know, where this practice is being done, and they're having tamah, which is defiled, lacham, our bread, different things we consume, okay, in our diets. Okay, these are unclean, impure, ethically and religiously. All right, so people don't buy watermelons thinking that somebody's gonna inject it just so that the short shelf life is longer, and that the appearance of it is more redder, so, you know, people be like, well, I'll buy that one. Because some people, they'll cut into a watermelon, you know, and be like, oh, this is what I really want. They see it got seeds too, you know. But you know, you have to beware, you know, because a lot of times we don't know where these watermelons are coming from. You know, who's actually farming it. Okay, so we can easily be deceived, you know, when we going out and getting our food. So it says here, this is Job chapter 12 and 7. But ask now the beasts, the animals, right? And they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air they shall tell thee. All right, and they will make and declare things unto you. If you watch an animal, all right, you got your meaning to direct or teach or instruct. Okay, you can learn a lot from watching an animal and seeing what could be consumed or not in certain cases, right? And you got animals, they might eat rice, but that don't make it right, you know. But you know, Esau, he has weaponized everything. All right, you have tell thee, ask the fowls of the air, which is declare, nagud in the Hebrew, meaning to tell or make known. All right, a messenger. Okay, so you know, animals, fowls and such, they can tell you messages about certain things. So that's a form of wisdom, and you know what you can learn. You know, you see a dog turn us away from a food that you try to give them. That can tell you a lot. Okay. So, you know, that's the lesson to the spirit for right now. Let's beware of these chemically injected watermelons and such. All right. Shalom to you.